That's 11:39. That means it's time for a little lights, camera, McCarthy. Well, a lot of lights, camera, McCarthy.
Yeah. Hi, good morning to both of you. Val, good to see you. Thanks for being here with us this morning. So obviously Mission Impossible is the big movie this weekend. We've been talking a lot about it. If you missed it in our 10 o'clock hour this morning, I had a montage of all the 12 years of all the times I've spoken with Tom Cruise for Mission Impossible films and more. I'll get that placed online later. It'll be on fox5dc.com. It was basically like a 4-minute montage of all of our interviews. It was kind of a crazy...
How many interviews, if you don't mind me
asking? That one, I think, had 6 in it. I think there's a 7th one that I didn't include because it was from an Edge of Tomorrow movie from years ago, but it was really cool to kind of see the time that I've spent with him talking about filmmaking over the years. And we've had the cast on all week, including Rebecca Ferguson. We also had Haley Atwell. We had the incredible Rebecca Ferguson, as I mentioned. But now today we're talking about Simon Pegg, who's a huge part of this franchise. He plays a character called Benji. He was introduced in Mission Impossible 3. My going to movie for Simon Pegg is Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead was a film that I remember seeing years and years ago in theater. It was a movie that meant a lot to me. It was directed by a guy named Edgar Wright, who went on to do films like Baby Driver and so many other great films. But Shaun of the Dead was a big deal. It introduced me to Simon Pegg. And weirdly enough, Tom Cruise is also a massive fan of this movie because it's a smaller film that does have a big audience, but it was a smaller type of independent type of movie. So I spoke to Simon Pegg all about the 20 years it's been since Shaun of the Dead, but also his collaboration with Tom Cruise and being Benji in these Mission Impossible films and more. So here's my one-on-one with Simon Pegg and I talking about his career and more. Take a look.
I find this really interesting because you play a character for so long and so many years. And I'm not saying you go home as your characters, but I would imagine when you step back into the shoe of that person, it has to give you some life perspective that you then take on in your own life. I mean, Benji is a really, really special character. When he says, "my friends" in this movie, I started tearing up. And I just wonder, like, has he given you anything in your life that you've taken into your own life?
Yeah, I mean, I always feel like Benji and me live a parallel life, you know, and I compare my friendship with Tom to Benji's friendship with Ethan, to my experience with Hollywood as Benji's experience with the IMF. You know, it's like I came to it as a very much like a newcomer, and it became something that I became, you know, used to and adept at navigating, and so that I usually take that element of myself and put that into Benji. He's the kind of, I guess he's like the audience's way into this world sometimes, because he's kind of an ordinary guy in an extraordinary situation.
Over the years, like, some of the best scenes in the film have been you on comms with Ethan when he's doing the stunts. Over the course of the films, has that changed at all? Are you always talking to Tom Cruise in those moments? Or is that just edited perfectly together?
It depends. Like, the first time I did it, you know, it was like, we always thought that when Benji was, like, guiding Ethan around Shanghai in Mission Impossible 3, that was the moment he thought, hey, I like this. I want to be a field agent, you know, which is why he joins the program. But usually we do them separately. If I can be offlines for Tom, like when he did the motorcycle stunt, when he did the 180 skid up to the edge, and he looks over and he's talking to me, and I'm saying, you know, that's the place you got to be. I was sat behind the camera on a camera box doing those lines. That was the first day.
He could hear you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I didn't actually shoot my reverse lines until 2 years later.
You know, we're sitting here right now talking. 20 years ago, you were filming Shaun of the Dead. It's the first movie I remember seeing you on the big screen with. And you think about Edgar Wright and kind of like his legacy as a filmmaker and the imprint he put on you as an actor and what you take forward in your career, even with Christopher McQuarrie. And I wonder, like, what that experience of filming that 20 years ago, what memories come to mind that you're still infusing into the way you perform in movies like this? I mean, Shaun of the Dead and Mission are very different films. But is there a memory of filming that you go, I still use that from Edgar even in this world?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the crazy thing about filmmaking sometimes, is that the heart of it, you know, the eye of the storm, is usually quite similar, whether it's a tiny indie or it's a massive film like this. When it's you and the director and the first and the DP, you're always in a little bubble, and you kind of every time you do a film, you take it on to the next one. I have a really fond memory of being on the set of Mission Impossible 3, and Tom telling me how much he liked Shaun of the Dead, and Tom gets very enthusiastic. When he loves something, he tells you how much he loves it. And if you're ever on the end of a compliment from Tom, it's like someone shining a spotlight in your face. And I didn't know him that well at the time, and he was going on about the scene when I walk across the shop, and I remember just kind of like being like this underneath his sort of enthusiasm and kind of finding it hard to believe, you know, that this guy who I'd watched all my life on films was like telling me how much he liked my film. But that's him, you know, he's a film fan, and he parlays that love, that passion into everything he does.
Wow. Well, congratulations to you, man. This
Thanks,
is always
Kevin.
a pleasure to talk to you.
Absolutely.
And,
No tears, man.
There
That's
are
how we
tears.
bonded.
Hell yeah, dude. You still remember that, man.
Of course I do.
Really good to see
Thank you, bro. I'll see you on the red carpet.
All right, that is Simon Pegg, huge fan. If you haven't seen Shaun of the Dead, it came out 20 years ago. Next year is the 20th anniversary. But as Simon told me, they were filming Shaun of the Dead 20 years ago while we were shooting this interview, which was really kind of a cool thing. So Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is in theaters now. And I do want to say we have a big week next week on Good Day DC. We're going to have Issa Rae, Kate McKinnon, as well as Michael Cera joining us on Monday.
Wow.
Emily Blunt, Matt Damon will join us on Tuesday. Then we're going to have Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie on Wednesday with America Ferrera, and then Thursday will be Christopher Nolan, and Friday Cillian Murphy, who plays Oppenheimer
gosh.
himself.
Kevin,
so
you've been busy.
it's a big
He's
week.
the A-lister of
He really
entertainment
is.
news.
Is the biggest, in my opinion, one of the most anticipated movie weeks I've seen in years.
Totally.
And Christopher Nolan, anytime he releases a new movie, it's like Christmas for me. I'm literally going to see it 7 times. I have tickets for 4 more showings.
Yeah.
I've seen it once already.
The same number of times you talked to Tom Cruise.
Pretty
See?
much.
It's
Yeah,
go.
I saw Dunkirk 6 times and Interstellar 6 times.
Well,
so
thank
why
you
not?
so much,
Yeah.
Kevin.